they would have been safer outside the fort rather than in it. Hi everyone, Amanda here for Family Tree Nuts, and I'm at the site of Fort Frederick, a British colonial fort here on the banks of the Beaufort River, started in 1726. Its construction is made of tabby. Tabby was a very well-used construction material of the time. It's made with oyster shells, limestone, and sand and water mixed together basically to form a kind of concrete, just like you would in modern day. You pour it into a wooden form, it hardens, you take the form away, and you have a tabby wall. This particular British colonial fort was named for Prince Frederick, the Prince of Wales, the son of George II and Queen Caroline. It was the southernmost fort in the British colonies up until the founding of Georgia by General Oglethorpe in 1733. It was put here as protection against the Indians, the French, and the Spanish. Initially constructed of logs, in 1733 it was reinforced with the tabby that you see before you today. Estimates for the cost were presented in January of 1726 to the South Carolina House of Commons, and it was presented there by William Rhett, who had overseen the construction of the defense of Charleston just north of us. Partial payment for the construction of the fort was paid almost 10 years later, so just like construction, of today, sometimes it takes a little while to get that payment. The fort was 125 by 75 feet with 2 diamond bastions, which one is currently overcome by the Beaufort River, but the other one you can see behind me. And again, the walls were about 5 feet thick and only about 6 feet high. Personnel in the British colonial times just varied greatly. At lowest, it was 2 militiamen here, and at its highest, there were 100 British regulars. But it was in operation for less than 30 years, because after 1744, it was only intermittently garrisoned and was totally abandoned by 1757 in favor of larger Fort Littleton, just about 3/4 of a mile up the river. It's interesting to note that one of the reasons it was abandoned, like I said, its walls were about 5 feet thick, and at its height, though, were only 6 feet. And so South Carolina's royal governor at the time, a man by the name of James Glenn, in 1748 wrote back to the British Crown, and he stated this. He said, "It will certainly prove a snare to those that go, whereas in case they are not able to make a stand, they may have had a chance to escape if they betake themselves to the woods." So basically he was saying that it's not very fort-like and it didn't hold much protection for them. And seeing it today, I would have to agree. Also, during the Civil War period, a dock was built into the river, and that was partially made by building it on top of the northern wall and into the northern bastion. So I'm so pleased that we could bring you the story of Fort Frederick today along the banks of the Beaufort River in present-day Beaufort, South Carolina. This site today is actually maintained by the Department of Natural Resources of the state of South Carolina, and there are plans in the not too distant future to make sure it gets more open to public use. So I hope you appreciated this video, and remember, family tree nuts. Let our nuts find the nuts in your family tree.
Like what you see? Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to click the little bell so you get notifications as to when we post new videos. And you can find out more about us and contact us at familytreenuts.org.